The GALLIVANTER BALLER STD was released today, February 15th, 2024. And I must be honest, this is a very impressive vehicle. Rockstar nailed it without any copyright infringements, because this is looking exactly like the newest Range Rover possibly you could get at the time. So looking at the interior, see the same thing. It's a bit reused, but it is what it is. Now, I did not mean to go outside, but here's a better shot at the interior while we go inside. So now I'm definitely going to keep the vehicle white, and reason being, I have a GALLIVANTER BALLER LE. Now the LE armored, and then you have the LE regular edition. Now this is a Manitech vehicle, and the Manitech does have a missile lock jammer feature or a remote control feature. So I'm definitely going to go with the missile lock jammer, which prevents people from locking onto the vehicle with homing missiles. So those are the missiles that follow the target. So basically heat chaser missiles or heat guided missiles. Nonetheless, we're going to get into that when the time comes. So we have arch covers. I did go with the white arch covers to make the body look more extended. Now the trim is connected to the grille and that side plastic piece there, so we're gonna leave that stock. I don't mind how it looks. Splitters, you can't really see it, but there is some nice splitters here. Some of them look a bit racy, so definitely seeing that vibe from this vehicle. This is already faster. This vehicle stock is faster than the Cavalcade fully modified, which is just insane to me. Well, it feels like that, so not 100% fact. So bumpers, as I see there, some race options there, but we just went to the more classier options. Squared exhaust, so squared titanium exhaust. Let's not do that. Let's see. The flame does match up with the round tipped exhaust. For some reason, Rockstar just didn't compensate for that. As you can see, there's a big space there. So let's do something round, polished. Doesn't look too bad. 10,500. I could have gotten the titanium for the extra 2,000 or the extra $1,500. So it is what it is. Now cowl hood. I do not want a cowl on a Range Rover or a GALLIVANTER. I am leaning towards getting this vented race hood. Not too bad. It's always a nice sleek look when the vents go down into the hood. Now, as I was saying about the missile lock jammer, 400,000, definitely a wise investment, especially for these oppressors that are still roaming around. Now, with the liveries, we have a stripes and a GALLIVANTER right there at the skirt. Not too bad. And now we have the same thing in black. Then for King, wow. British flag. Oh, 69. This is really nice, especially with it on the trim there. Definitely something that you'd see in real life. Okay, this is also something you'd see in real life, but this is more flashy. And I'm leaning towards a more realistic look for myself. Now, these are pretty good, seeing that Rockstar pretty much reuses the same liveries over and over. So for this vehicle, they're doing something different. So kudos to you, Rockstar. Now onto the mirrors. Pretty much generic. Let's just do the second option. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna touch that. Let's do our channel plate in sprunk. Sure. Maybe the red would have matched, but I need to have more sprunk cars anyway. So on the roof, we have 4 major options, which is full secondary, full carbon, full black. and then you could just do stock. I am leaning towards the stock because it has both. It has the white and the plastic surroundings on it, but it does look nice. It does match the vehicle. Now we're customizing the spoiler, and we seen that you could have had a carbon roof and a carbon spoiler on there. And I'm gonna put a spoiler on it because you do need spoilers for a maximum traction. You do need traction, guys. Not that much traction for as the last spoiler would provide, but you do need traction. Sunstrip, sure. What? Wait, no. Sunstrip is a no. Let's go back. Especially when you're in first person, not a good look. You can't really see anything. Ooh, look at that low. Now let's see. Street sport. Let's do sport. Turbo. Wheels. I have a exact idea of what wheel I'm gonna put on here, and this wheel is pretty much generic. You could put Mambas on here, or you could put Mercies on here, or you could put Hyper Freshes on here. It's just a nice look overall, especially the white. I am gonna see pretty much the same style slammed on Mercies or Hyper Freshes all around, but there's a couple of other options in here that we could do, or we could do something chrome and have less of a concave look, so more. Okay, not too bad. Synthetic Z, Hyper Freshes, which are on my LE armored, so it's a Gallivanter Baller LE armored. So that's pretty much the car we're remaking here. So this car would definitely be a faster version of that vehicle. So now let's see. Will we change it to carbon wheels? We could do Mercies, regular Mercies in carbon, or not carbon, chrome. My bad, guys. And let's not do that because it doesn't really flow to me, to be honest. The chrome just kind of stands out, especially on a vehicle that's really black or white. So let's just put white wheels on here and call it a day. Not too bad. Definitely a good look. I will be switching the interior to red. I forgot to do that, so definitely gonna have that clip up in here right now. So yeah. So looking at the engine bay there just a second ago, and I was kind of shocked to see that something like a 6 to, or maybe a 4 to 6 cylinder was in there. Kind of shocking, but as you can see, look at the front clip, you could see that the engine bay would definitely be small. I'm not quite sure if you could get a V6 in a Range Rover, but with how the economy and the society of today is moving or behaving, you could definitely get a 6-cylinder in a Range Rover, or maybe a 4-cylinder turbo. But nonetheless, Rockstar did a good job because I'm not going to be popping the hood, or no one's going to be caring what the engine model is in the hood. So engine model doesn't really matter. It looks nice. Interior model looks nice. I switched the interior model or interior color to red to match my LE. And let's close the doors and go for a drive. Excuse me, guys. Remember that Rockstar changed the layout for this in this update, but quite a nice car to look at in the background, isn't it? So, yes, I did drive this vehicle over here, and as I stated before, this vehicle stock feels better or faster than the Cavalcade, which is insane to me. So, driving the vehicle, and I lowered the suspension when it was high suspension or stock suspension. I'm trying to double clutch here. I couldn't do it. Maybe it is possible, but it does sound like it is possible. I just need to have more finesse on it. So this Cavalcade doesn't do itself well by having such a slow acceleration, but it does turn well. This vehicle turns well, and it has the acceleration that I've been wanting from that Cavalcade. So maybe I need to sell my Cavalcade to cover the cost of this. Now this is a $1.7 million car. The Cavalcade was roughly the same, if I'm not mistaken. I will have the price up on the screen here just to double check. But this is pretty much trying to be the fastest SUV, non-HSW SUV. Of course, it can't compare to something like a Astron Custom or anything in the similar power range. But look how this vehicle maneuvers in between traffic. I'm definitely loving it. As you can see, I have more faith in it that it could do it, so I'm definitely driving to portray that. So the handling is directly tied to the suspension height. So if you are a person that likes a lowered vehicle, now this is one stage above the lowest setting. So I'm on sports suspension. So if you were to go to competition suspension, you might not experience the level of turning capability that I am experiencing now. So keep that in mind, or you can also experiment. It doesn't really have to be the lowest at all times. It's definitely better. The lower is better than the better than stock. So because I definitely felt the rear end trying to kick out more, even by accident, and I can't have that. So yes, definitely have lowered suspension, but experiment between lower, which is sport suspension, competition suspension, and the second option. So you could definitely tell which one is more suited for your driving style. And yes, this vehicle is a major purchase in my opinion. As I said, if you bought a Cavalcade, you could sell the Cavalcade to make up for what this would have cost you, or the difference, of course. So it's definitely almost like a free car if you had a Cavalcade. And speaking of another car, right? The GALLIVANTER BALLER LE that I've been mentioning in this video. This vehicle is somewhat similar because, well, they're in the same family, but this vehicle is a different approach to the same problem. Now, of course, with the Imani Tech being on this vehicle, you could definitely have protection, which is very necessary. And of course, when the missile light jammer is equipped on the vehicle, you could just swerve away from a homing missile. Now, this is footage of me hitting both vehicles with one RPG, and as you can see, the LE still stands, and I have to hit it with a second one, whereas the STD does not survive. Now, I'm just informing you guys before we make a purchase, and some people really didn't know certain details before they buy certain vehicles. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the GALLIVANTER BALLER STD down below in the comment section. It's still a good buy in my opinion. I'm definitely still going to sell my Cavalcade now because that thing just sits around in the garage. And thank you guys so much for watching.